family. This is Pastor Jennifer Lee, pastor of Jackson Revival Center, and we are here today in the lobby of Berry's Prosthetics and Orthotics. I'm here with Mr. Calvin Berry, Miss Karen Berry. They are members of Jackson Revival Center Church, and this is another Boost Your Business segment. We're here today, and we're going to tell you a little bit about the prosthetic and orthotic business. So here we are in the evaluation room. We just came out of the lobby. And so I just wanted to sit down and ask you a few questions. One, how did you get into the prosthetic and orthotic business? What drew you that way?
Well, actually, I had an uncle that had a orthopedic facility, and I started working for him as a technician.
Okay.
And doing the hands-on setting up, that kind of thing. I would see patients coming in and out, and I was curious.
Yeah.
And so I started off with my uncle, then I went to the Methodist Hospital, and I worked there for a while, and they started allowing me to see patients and decided that they wanted me to be a process.
Okay.
So they sent me to take the exam to be a certified process. Here we are.
Very good. So you've been doing this for some years. So for somebody who's watching today, who's very interested in what we're doing, what does this process look like now for someone who wants to become a prosthetic?
Well, actually, you have to have a master's degree in science. Then you have to have 4 years prosthetic school. Then after school, you have to have a 2-year residency.
So this is not something you just jump into. This is something that takes time, love, labor, study, all of those things. Absolutely. So how long have you been doing this?
35 years.
35 years. So I can imagine over 35 years you become very good at what you do.
I hope.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what are some things you've had to do differently since we have come into this pandemic? We're in a COVID-19 environment now. So what are some changes you've had to make as it relates to this process?
In order to come into the facility, you have to have a temperature check. That's one. Face covering. Have to have that. We're constantly sanitizing.
Right.
And that's basically it. It's the sanitation, keeping clean.
Very good. Very good. How does a prosthesis work?
A prosthesis is a medical replacement of what was lost. For your leg, it works as a leg that you just lost. It's artificial. So it serves the same purpose.
Okay. Okay, my next question, they'll edit that part out. What do you do when you have a patient who's very difficult to fit?
Patience. Most difficult patients to fit, it's not that they're difficult to fit. It's not that they know what the prosthesis actually does. They think it's easy, and it's not. It takes work to learn to use it. So it's not that the patient was just hard to fit. Getting them to understand what it takes to actually make it function the way that they want it.
Okay. Once a patient receives their prosthesis, how soon can they get back to what they used to do before surgery?
It really depends on the patient. If you want it, like I said, it's not easy. If you want it, it doesn't take 2 weeks.
Okay.
It really depends on the patient and the amputation level. It's harder for an above knee than it is for a below knee. But you have to have that drive and want to do it. It's not talking about doing it. You have to want to do it. That's what it takes.
Okay. What are some of the questions that you will ask a patient prior to making their prosthesis?
What were you doing before you lost your leg?
Okay, so if they were actively in sporting events, or if they were a hunter or riding motorcycles, or you want to know what their lifestyle was.
Yes, ma'am. Because what makes the difference, most of the components are the same. It's the foot that really makes the difference.
Okay.
And your K level.
Okay. Is it difficult for people to learn to use the prosthesis?
It's not. I've seen some people put on a prosthesis, but they wanted it. In 30 minutes in the lab, you're able to do basically, you're not running 30 minutes, but you're able to ambulate, pretty normal in 30 minutes.
Which means if they were living independently before, it's likely that they could continue to live independently once they learn how to use it.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Yes, very good. How much does a prosthesis cost?
A basic below-knee prosthesis, it can cost from $5,000 to $20,000. It depends on what do you want that prosthesis to do.
Right.
We have mild electrics now.
Okay.
And they're very expensive.
Okay.
But
so tell us what that is for our viewing audience who may not know what myoelectrics is.
It's muscle activated. It fires by the movement of your muscles.
So I've seen that like with hands and fingers.
And you have that with feet.
Okay.
It does it where it actually works in the ankle.
Okay.
So it makes the ankle work different.
Okay. Very good. Can you tell me some of the highlights of your career?
Well, I have two that stands out to me. I had a high school baseball player.
Okay.
That lost his leg. And he wanted to continue to play baseball. Play for Park Hill. Okay. He was able to do that and actually got a scholarship to go to college.
Wow.
Playing baseball. And he was a patient of mine. I really enjoyed that.
Absolutely. That's an amazing testimony.
And then I had a bilateral above knee amputee. Wow. And most people don't know how hard that is for an above knee amputee to ambulate. It's not easy.
When you say bilateral, that's both?
Both legs.
Okay.
Above the knee. So you don't have a knee joint or anything like that. But to actually see that patient up and walking, being independent, I really enjoyed that.
I'm sure that patient really enjoyed that too.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're giving new life to people. So that's an amazing business. So for people, I'm sure a lot of your business comes through physician referral. But if there's somebody who would like to contact you, reach out to you, or even if there are some physicians watching who may not know you, may not know about your business, how can they contact you?
They can call our office at 769-251-0555.
Okay.
Or they can like us on Facebook.
Okay.
And on Facebook, you can send messages through Messenger, and we typically reply back within 24 hours.
Okay. Very good. Well, listen, I want to thank you guys, number one, for allowing us to come into your business. Number two, thank you for the information you've shared, for walking us through the process of what it looks like from beginning to end. And I'm sure there's going to be some people reaching out to you. But I want to thank you for the great work that you do in our community, not only here, but as a police officer. We thank you so much for all of your hard work and the great things that you do. All right. All right, Brother Calvin. So typically when somebody comes to Barry's Prosthetics and Orthotics, they're going to check in, do an evaluation, and then tell us a little bit about where we are now.
Well, this is actually the casting room. This is where we would, if it's an above knee amputee, we would take measurements here. Below knee amputee would actually take a cast of the residual that's left.
Okay.
And we would take the cast and go into the modifying room, and that's where we would actually modify this to start the process of making the artificial limb.
Okay, can you show us what that process looks like?
Yes, ma'am, I sure can.
All right. Okay, so now we're in the modifying room. So tell us what takes place here.
The cast that we took up the patient in the casting room, we bring it here, pour it up using molding plaster of Paris and Zola-like. We put a pipe in it to have something to put in the pipe vise to keep the the mold steady as we modify it.
Okay.
And this is an actual modified cast
Okay.
of patient that we have.
Okay. Okay. And so when a patient has to go through the amputation process, I know that wound has to heal first before they begin fitting. So how many times does it take to really get it to where that person can begin practicing walking? Tell us a little bit about this process.
Well, after the patient is amputated and is healed, we cast them. As soon as we have it made, they can start right then. It's actually the process is having the paperwork from the doctor's office, is the prescription, the doctor notes, saying what caused the amputation, all this kind of thing. That's what takes the longest. The process of making the prosthesis, we can take a cast and have a leg made 4 hours.
Wow, that is amazing. So what all can you make?
We make arms, legs. We do bracing also. So
Okay.
That's what we do.
Okay, amazing. All right.
After we get the mold modified, we go into another room, and that's where we actually mix the chemicals and the carbons, the fibers together, and we make the actual prosthesis.
Okay, let's go look.
Let's do it.
All right, so we went to the casting room, then we went to the modifying room. What room are we in now?
This is the laminating room and the setup room.
Okay, so what takes place here?
This is actually where we make the socket for the residual that was lost.
Okay.
We use resins, carbons, glass, and fiberglass. Those materials are all laid up on the mold.
Okay.
And we use a vacuum machine to compress it to make sure that it shapes to the actual mold of the residual. Okay. And after chemicals goes off, it's hard. It turns into this is an actual socket of a patient. Okay. This is what it turns out to from those clots and stuff. Okay. It turns into a hard acrylic socket. Okay. Actually, my technician, Real, Real. He actually made this. Okay. Right now, my brother, he is the technician that's doing all of the fabricating. Okay. Okay. Very good. We actually have some more parts here. We use these components here to all these components to make the actual leg. We bolt everything together. Then we go into the shop. That's where we grind and shape it to make it try to look as much like a residual that the person lost. Okay. Okay. So you match skin tones, muscle form. Yes, ma'am. We take measurements every 2 inches up and try to duplicate what's on the other side. Okay. All right. Well, welcome to the machine room. Mr. Biard, tell us what takes place in this room. Well, actually, the components that I showed you in the other room, we bolt all of those together, and it winds up looking like this. Okay. We bolt those components together, then we take a foam cover and slide, when you're below the amputee, we slide this over that pylon that we showed you, and we grind it and shape it using the different machines and make it look like this. Okay. This is actually a finished prosthesis. We take it and after the shaping and stuff, we take and pull the skin up on it. Of course, it will go all the way up, and this will be your finished prosthesis. And so, once one of these are made, how long does it last? It depends on how soon the patient lasts. I mean, not lasts, I'm sorry, changes. Gotcha, the residual, you can gain weight, you can lose weight. Okay. And that's what indicates when it's time for a new one. Or you can have some patients that actually wear them out. Okay. Oh, yeah. So wow. It depends on the patient activity level. And so I know that it's based on size, but about how much does this weigh? Because it's kind of heavy. Well, which I'm sure if we were holding our leg, it's kind of heavy too. Yeah. This actually weighs about 6 pounds.
Gotcha. So that's probably less than our normal leg.
Normal
It
leg
weighs a
weighs
little less.
about 25 pounds.
Yeah, so big
25
difference.
to 6.
Yeah, big difference.
Big difference.
So that looks great. So you can match it to skin tone
Yes, ma'am.
and all of that. Okay, great deal. All right, so what's the next step after this? Would it be the actual patient fitting?
Well, before we actually put the cover on it, we bring the patient in and we fit them with it then, and we do alignments of those components, making sure your alignment is correct and you're comfortable being able to ambulate.
Okay, very good. So, Brother Calvin, what is the difference between prosthetics and orthotics?
A prosthesis is the replacement, medical replacement of a limb that was lost.
Okay.
And orthosis is a medical device that corrects, align the limb and spine by bracing.
Okay, very good. Okay.
The bracing encases the limb by bracing. This actually replaces the limb.
Okay. So this is just if somebody has bad arthritis that's causing the legs to bow, or who is a candidate for something like this?
Someone that has had a stroke and you have drop foot or something like that.
Okay.
It keeps your foot from dragging.
Okay. Do you do orthotics like for people to put in their shoes when their arch has fallen?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. We do custom molded inserts.
Okay.
It's the same as as we took the cast for a residual. You take an impression of the foot.
Okay.
The same way, go through the same processing, except you don't laminate the inserts. It's actually a soft foam that you heat and mold to that patient's foot, and to correct whatever the problem is with the foot.
Okay, very good. Interesting information. Well, we want to thank you for taking this time to meet us in the break room on location, and we'll be back in just a few moments with our next featured business. Hey family, this is Pastor Jennifer, lead pastor here at Jackson Revival Center, and today we are here at All-in-One Nutrition. This is Ms. RENETTA Taylor. She and her husband Charles own All-in-One Nutrition. Got her son here working with her. And so tell us, RENETTA, a little bit about All-in-One Nutrition, what you guys specialize in, and just tell us a little bit about the products that you offer.
Okay. We're All-in-One Nutrition, located at 5935 Highway 18 West, Suite A1, Jackson, Mississippi, 39209. And yes, Charles and myself own All-in-One, which is my husband, and Jalen here, which they call the Shakeologist. He works here along with me every day. And our hours are 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day, except Wednesdays we close at 4 for church. And then on Fridays we close at 4. And then Saturdays is 7 to 2 p.m. And we do meal replacement shakes, which all the shakes ranges from 200 to 250 calories. No shake is over 250 calories. Like I said, got all the proper nutrients and vitamins, just like you said, and ate a balanced meal. Like with your nutrients, your less in carbs, low in sugar, keto friendly, diabetic friendly. Anybody pretty much can drink our shakes. And they keep you full, like I said, 3 to 4 hours, if not longer. Because you should eat, in between 2 healthy shakes a day. It's our weight loss program. For our weight loss program, 2 healthy shakes a day, 2 protein snacks, and you eat a sensible meal. That's our weight loss program. And for us, we also do like the loaded energy teas, which they have vitamin C, B12, help with clarity, focus, boost your metabolism, unlike the Red Bull. As you can get a look once you kind of turn the camera around, we have like a wall of shame that has like all the stuff that's not good for you, and the Red Bull is located on there with the Sprite, the Coke that's full of sugar. The loaded tea is the opposite. It has no sugar. And like I said, help with clarity, focus, and comes in 100 flavors, as well as we have like 50 flavors in your your meal replacement shakes.
So let's talk about some of your other products. So along with the meal replacement shakes, tell us about your loaded teas.
Okay, that's what I was kind of like going with the loaded teas. They're like I said, over 100 flavors. They taste good. Most people think they got sugar in it, but they don't. And they have ginseng, black oolong tea. That's kind of like a description right there on our wall. Has the vitamin C, the B12, help with clarity focus. Comes in this 32 ounce cup full of ice and water, which will also help with your 32 ounces of water each day with the loaded energy teas. And a lot of college students, people like to help, like Brittany just left out. She was going to work, and she was saying last night she stayed up, she studied. It helped with clarity focus. This was all in the loaded tea. And it comes in all different kind of flavors. They help you stay away from soda, sweet tea, things like that. And like I said, during the pandemic, is with the COVID and stuff, it has like the vitamin C, B12, things we need to help boost our immune system.
Absolutely. So if somebody is doing the meal replacement shakes and then doing a sensible, healthy meal at night, how soon can they expect to lose weight? We understand everybody's body is a little different.
Yeah.
But if they're expecting to lose weight and they really stick to the plan, kind of what does that weight loss look like?
Roughly within like 30 days,
Mm-hmm.
if they strictly do the program, like I said, with the 2 healthy meal replacement shakes,
Mm-hmm.
as well as the 2 healthy protein snacks and a sensitive meal, within 30 days, you should see weight loss different. I mean, because, then we also do like a program for us to maintain. If you just incorporate 1 shake a day, that like to maintain your weight. Like if you can't get 2 in. But it's a proper meal replacement that's going to keep you full, like I said, 3 to 4 hours. So you wouldn't need to drink our shake and gain weight, because I have a customer as well, because it's a gain weight program, but it's healthy gain weight. Because you would do the shake with sensible meals for us, like yogurt, tuna pack, things like that, and that'll put healthy weight on you. So it works all 3 different ways.
So for those who are trying to gain some calories and put a little weight on and build up their nutritional status, or if they're looking to lose some weight, you can help them either way.
Either way.
So what made you decide to get into nutrition?
Pretty much because it was a shake shop that started in Clinton, which was Era Nutrition, and with everybody know we rock with Girl Trade, walking a lot, and we do a lot of exercise. So because if you're 80% is nutrition for a balance, 20% is exercise. Because most people think they can lose a lot of weight and maintain their weight by exercising, but if you don't have the nutrition part right, it's not gonna work.
Right.
Because I could take a person that works in the gym all the time, the person that's doing their nutrition part right, they'll lose more weight.
Gotcha.
So we just was, because I always had in my family obesity, gained a lot of weight. So I was weight conscious. I always tried to, keep my weight at a certain weight and things like this. So I just started going to the shop, eventually started helping out, working there. And then it went from there. I started working at Arrow probably about 18 months. And then last year in September, one of my friends told me about this spot. And then I came, looked at it, as you know, called you on the phone.
Absolutely.
It was all, prayed about it.
Yep.
I mean, she was with me from day one, with us with every step of the way. I didn't make a decision. Listen, I called Pastor, what you think? She prayed on the phone before you meet with the guy with the contract. So I knew it was a God thing, because he just kept opening doors all through the process.
I love that too, because I remember when you guys called and you were like, we don't want to take one step that God is not in. And we stopped and we prayed right then and there. We asked the Lord to go before us, to make the rough places smooth, the crooked places straight. And Matthew 6:33 says, seek ye first the kingdom of God, his righteousness, and all these other things will be added to you. And this nutrition shop is just proof of that.
Yes,
I mean, from day one, before you ever started the build out, before you ever met the guy, we talked, we prayed.
Yes.
And it has been amazing to see what God has done in just a short period of time.
Very. I mean, just the doors that he's open. And like I said, it goes back when I told you, when I came up with the name, All In. Because if y'all remember, that was one of our themes one year. And I just added the one nutrition. That's why I say all this pretty much was a God thing. I mean, even just a couple months ago, we had the lady from the Best of Mississippi.
Yes.
We had that nomination and won it. And she was several people. We got to get over there and see what All in One about, because everybody's talking about All in One. And she said you had nominations coming from out of town, in town. So I just know it's really, truly blessed by God. But we just, as a family, try our best. Anything we do, put the Lord before us.
And that's one of the things that I love about it. It's family owned. You guys honor the Lord and all that
Yes.
you do. I love the atmosphere. There's so much peace when you come in here. I've been in a couple of times.
Yes.
You know, there were friends in here.
Yes.
So it was just a place to meet. I've seen people studying in here.
Yes.
I've seen
We had
people
church in here.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But I think it goes back to like, even before I opened the doors, we had
Yes.
Pastor come over. Before I was gonna open the door that Monday, I passed with the business license. It was like we were open for business. She came and she prayed over her and one of my friends, Kenny Lewis, which made the judge. They
Absolutely.
blessed this building from the door all the way to the back, and it truly have been a blessing ever since. I just cannot
Absolutely.
thank you enough.
Yeah, well, listen, we are so proud of you, proud of what God is doing through you guys. And we are happy to come by and just give some attention to this business that is already growing and expanding.
Yes,
It
ma'am.
seems at the speed of light. So,
It really is.
yeah.
Next month, it's going to be a year. All in
Yes.
one will be open September 30th of the year, so y'all can come by then. We'll
Absolutely.
have happies and giveaways for all my customers because we really do appreciate you. I see people every day, all day, and this really have been a blessing from the time we get here, 5:45 day to about 6:30. I mean, we literally don't go close the door and turn the light off. They'll be trying to come in, which I love it. I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all have really made us feel like 18 was the spot to be for all in one.
Absolutely. Well, I love it. This is the place where people come in as guests and leave as friends. If you want to
Yes.
find them, you can check them out. Facebook at All in One Nutrition, Instagram at All in One Nutrition. Is there anything else you want to let the people know?
Your happy place is All in One Nutrition, and make sure you come by if you haven't came by and try one of our shakes and teas. I guarantee you will be back again. Anything you want to say, Jay?
Goodbye.
This Mr. Cool, we love him to death though. I wouldn't take nothing for him. He'd be right by my side every day.
My sidekick.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys for joining us for another Boost Your Business segment. And listen, if you're trying to gain weight, trying to lose weight, if you want to get something that will clear up your complexion, something that will help with your skin, they've got it all right here at All in One Nutrition. Thank you for taking the time to join with us today. And until next time, may God's absolute best be yours in every area of your life. Y'all have a great week. Next week, meet me back in the break room.
Thank
See
you.
you guys
Bye-bye.
later.
See you guys later.